welkom terug by My Zone Active Kids, waar ons belê in jou toekoms. Wie se toekoms? Jou toekoms! My naam is Stofberg en ek is so opgewonde want dit is 'n splinternuwe dag in ons week vol plaaslike besighede en saam met my het ek vandag die mooiste maatjie wat ek nog ooit in my hele lewe gehad het.
Hi maatjies, ek is so bly dat ek weer eens terug is om met julle en met Marisel te gesels. Marisel, wat is die... Stop dit! Wat is die tema vir hierdie week en oor wat praat ons vandag?
Die tema vir hierdie week is plaaslike besighede.
Wat's dit, Marisel?
Dit is goed soos jou veearts of jou blommewinkel of die plekke waar jy jou sweeties gaan koop of die plek waar jy blomme gaan koop.
So sweet village.
Ja!
Okay.
Daai is 'n baie lekker plek.
Ek hou van dit.
Ek bly basically daarmee. En vandag leer ons oor koop en verkoop. So dit is wanneer jy geldjies gee om daai goedjies te kan kry. Of as jy goedjies het en jy wil geldjies kry, dan verkoop jy dit dat mense vir jou geldjies gee.
Dit is nou amper winter, so al my somerklere kan ek verkoop.
Ja, jy kan dit verkoop en dan kan jy vir jou winterklere koop.
Met daai geld wat ek gekry het. Ag, Marisel.
Stop met jou slimmie. En ons het natuurlik ook vir julle sê dat julle ons elke dag van die week kan kry. Maandag, Dinsdag, Woensdag, Donderdag, Vrydag, 9 uur op die My Zone en Zacky Facebook blaaie. En ons maatjies Innovation sal ons baie dankie sê vir ons wolkies.
Ek sit op 'n blou een en ek het blou kiertjies aan, Marisel.
Nee, ek het ook.
Ek het ook blou aan.
Maar ek sit op 'n rooi.
Ons match vandag.
So as jy enigiets vir jou partytjie wil kry, stuur 'n e-pos aan info@kickstartnam.com. En dan, Micheline, moet ons natuurlik sing. Hoekom nie? Want ons moet altyd sing.
Ons moet altyd sing.
Precies.
Voordat ons vriende kuier.
Ja, voor ons vir Zoey en Zacky gaan hallo sê.
En allerlei goed wat my so opgewonde maak.
Nee?
En vandag is Afrikaanse dag. Ja! So ek is baie opgewonde. Wat is song sing ons, Marisel?
Ons sing jou gunsteling Jan Pierrewiet.
Okay.
Is jy reg?
Weer. Ek dink ek het die woorde vergeet.
Dis okay, ons gaan hom een keer sing en dan sing ons hom weer.
Okay.
En 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet staan stil. Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet staan stil. Goeiemôre my vrou, hier's 'n swinkie vir jou.
Ja.
Goeiemôre my man, daar is koffie in die kan. Jy moet hoog skop, jy moet laag skop, maar vir my skop jy nie. Jy moet hoog skop, jy moet laag skop, maar vir my skop jy nie. Stop dit!
Ons doen dit weer, Marisel.
Ja.
Is jy gereed?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet staan stil. Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet, Jan Pierrewiet staan stil. Goeiemôre my vrou, hier's 'n swinkie vir jou. Goeiemôre my man, daar is koffie in die kan. Jy moet hoog skop, jy kan laag skop, maar vir my skop jy nie. Jy kan hoog skop, jy kan laag skop, maar vir my en Micheline skop jy nie.
Julle skop vir niemand nie, maatjies, is baie gevaarlik.
Sis.
En dit is sak. Jy doen dit nie.
Maar natuurlik is dit nou sulke tyd, so nou gaan kyk ons wat maak Zoey en Zacky. hallo, hallo, gaan dit met jou? Dit gaan goed, ek is bly, dit gaan wonderlik, hoerai! Hallo, 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 gaan dit met jou? Dit gaan goed, ek is bly, dit gaan wonderlik, hoerai!
Hi maatjies, dit is weer tyd vir ons om soveel pret saam te hê. My naam is Zacky.
Hi maatjies, my naam is Zoey.
Ek kan nie wag om nog 'n dag saam met julle te kuier nie. Vandag gaan so baie lekker wees.
Julle wonder seker waar Zacky is, maar moenie stres nie. Hy's okay. Hy is nog besig met sy lesse by die MyZone aanlyn skool by ons gunsteling juffrou Moet. Hy geniet homself gate uit en julle gaan ook vandag saam met hom les hê.
Zoey, hierdie week leer ons oor verskillende besighede.
Dis reg, Zacky. Ons leer vandag meer oor koop en verkoop.
Zoey, ekskuus maar, wat beteken koop en verkoop?
Dit werk gewoonlik met geldjies. As jy ietsie wil hê of iets wat jy nodig het of waarvan jy baie hou, dan moet jy geldjies gee sodat jy dit kan kry. Dit is wanneer jy ietsie koop.
En verkoop?
Dit is wanneer jy ietsie vir iemand anders wil gee, maar hulle gee weer vir jou geldjies daarvoor. Dan het jy dit verkoop.
Wow, dit maak sin.
En as iets goedkoop is, dan beteken dit jy het min geldjies nodig om dit te kry.
Maar as dit duur is, dan kort jy meer geldjies.
Presies.
Nou Zoey, gebruik ons almal dieselfde tipe geldjies, soos lyk almal se geldjies soos ons sin.
Elke land het sy eie geldjies en nie al die geldjies kan vir jou dieselfde goedjies koop nie. Party lande, soos Amerika, se geld is baie sterk. So jy moet meer van ons geldjies gee om van hulle geldjies te kan kry.
Maar, nou, hoekom is dit so, Zoey?
Dit kan oor baie goedjies wees. Goedjies wat in die land of in die wêreld gebeur, of hoe goed dit in die land gaan.
En hoe kry mens geldjies?
'n Mens moet werk vir geldjies. Groot mense het 'n werk wat hulle doen. En jy verkoop goedjies vir geld. Of ons kan ook help in die huis, omdat ons nog 'n bietjie klein is om te kan werk. Dan kan ons help kar was of gras sny of sulke goedjies. Dan kan ons dalk ook geldjies kry.
Onthou toe ons gehelp het by die plaas om gras te sny en toe verdien ons geldjies.
Ja, toe kry ons elkeen $5.
Dit is so cool.
Maar wat jy moet onthou, is dat 'n mens mooi moet werk met jou geldjies.
As ek geldjies het, is ek sommer lus en koop alles. Al die lekker goed en speelgoed en klere en boeke wat ek kan sien.
Zacky, mens moenie so met geldjies mors nie. Jy moet net dit koop wat jy baie nodig het. Mense moet ook jou geldjies spaar, vir as jy dit eendag sal nodig kry.
Nou verstaan ek.
En al is dit moeilik, sal jy eendag, wanneer jy daai geldjies nodig het, ook verstaan hoekom jy mooi daarna moet kyk.
Ja, dankie dat jy my altyd so baie mooi help, Zoey.
Zacky, jy's my neefie. Ek sal vir jou altyd help.
Ag, dankie, Zoey.
Ek dink ons moet nou 'n lekker liedjie sing, sodat ons maatjies kan saam sing. Dis sommer net 'n baie lekker, simpel, prettige liedjie.
Is julle gereed, maat? En 'n 1.
En 'n 2, en 'n 1, 2, 3. Een aand op 'n kattebazaar, al die diere van die dorp was daar. Wilhelmina, Katerina, speel die konsertina en die aapie tokkel die gitaar. Miau, 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 woef, woef, miau, 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 woef, woef. Wilhelmina, Katerina, speel die konsertina en die aapie tokkel die gitaar. Een aand op 'n kattebazaar, al die diere van die dorp was daar. Wilhelmina, Katerina, speel die konsertina en die aapie tokkel die gitaar. Miau, 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 woef, woef, miau, 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 woef, woef. Wilhelmina, Katerina, speel die konsertina en die aapie tokkel die gitaar. Zacky, ek het nou baie pret gehad. Maar wat is ons cool feit vir die dag?
Het julle geweet dit is teen die wet om op geldjies te skryf?
Wow, dit is so cool. So nou mag ek nooit eens vir jou 'n briefie skryf op jou $10 nie.
Nee, dink dit nie, Zoey. Anders gaan jy dit nie kan gebruik nie.
Dit sal hartseer wees.
Maar nou moet ons gaan om huiswerk te doen. Ons sien julle weer, maatjies.
Bye. het soveel pret gehad met Zoey en
Ek ook,
Zacky.
Marissa, ek ook.
Maar nou is dit tyd vir ons om pret te hê. Is jy reg?
Ek is reg.
Okay, so die speletjie wat ons vandag speel is 'n breinspeletjie.
Okay.
So wat ons gaan doen is, ons gaan dink aan 'n tipe winkel. Nee, maar 'n regte egte winkel. Okay. En dan met regte egte goedjies in die winkel. En dan gaan ons kyk hoe vinnig kan ons al die goedjies noem wat jy kan koop in daai winkel. Maar jy mag nie te lank wag tussen die antwoorde nie.
Anders gaan ek sê op, anders gaan mense
Myne is lank.
Okay, myne is nee, stop. Oeh, my keys. Draai jouself, Marissa.
Okay, is jy reg?
Ek is reg.
So die eerste winkel wat ons het is 'n klerewinkel.
Okay, gaan ek eers?
Jy gaan eers.
Okay.
En begin.
Skoene,
Hemp,
broek,
tekkies,
rok,
sokkies,
kommers,
baadjie,
gordyne.
gordyne.
Ja, in 'n klerewinkel. Jy kry dit in Ackerman.
Dis wel.
Ja.
Kussingslippe.
Nou ek jy my laat lekker berre goed.
'n waslap.
Sokkies.
Ek het al gehad.
Ek kies
Sê
sokkies.
plakkies. Pantoffels.
Boots.
Ja, slaapklere.
Die kat het my tong vasgevang. So Marissa, jy het gewin. Ding vir jou. Ding ding ding.
Okay, jy kan die volgende winkel kies.
Okay, nou gaan ons 'n karwinkel kies. Jy kan oor karpaarder, die tipe karre wat ons. Okay, sy reg. Nee, Marissa, ek gaan dit verander na 'n koswinkel toe.
Sjoe, man,
Ek het gesien, maatjies, Marissa is te getwyfel. So ja, is jy reg?
Ja.
Okay, chocolate,
Pisang,
pasta,
'n brood,
pizza,
melk,
pap,
botter,
hotdog,
beskuit,
yoghurt,
noedels,
sap,
meatballs,
koeldrank,
kolwyntjies,
wafers,
gaskoeldrank,
koffie.
sap,
Ek het sap gesê.
tee,
Nee. Ting. Ting. So dit ting ding. Dis een. Maar dit sal ek geniet hierdie speletjie baie van jy moet altyd dink. Jy moet
Flink
altyd
dink.
gereed wees.
flink dink Woensdag.
Flink dink Woensdag.
Maar Micheline, ons kan nie net heeltyd speel nie. Nou is dit tyd vir ons om oor te gaan. Ja.
Jy moet sou.
So, graad 2, maak julle gereed. Want ons het week 12, les
See.
3.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zacky Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zacky Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is local businesses and autumn. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. Remember, Using sanitizer means that we're protecting ourselves as well as the people around us. So let us sanitize regularly. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be talking about estimation, heavier, lighter, and verbs. For our lesson now, boys and girls, let's start on page 23. On page 23, we are going to be estimating. Now, an estimation is when you guess how many and then later count. This is so much fun because first of all, we don't even have to do anything. We just need to guess first. But then after that, we have to do the work and count properly. So let us do the last one at the bottom. Let's take a look at the board. Now, the one at the bottom, we have the first one is either 10 or 5. I want you to please color the one you think, either 10 or 5. Remember, we are not counting, we're just guessing. So I'm going to count for you, and you by then have to guess which one. 3, 2, 1. Which one did you guess? Did you guess 10 or did you guess 5? I'm going to guess 10. So I'm going to color the number 10. Remember, when you're coloring, it's either you color up and down or across. In this case, I am coloring up and down. So I have colored the number 10. And I hope you've also colored yours as well. Now we do the counting after guessing. So I want you to please count with me, you in your book, me on the board, and let's count how many leaves we actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There were actually 8 leaves. So now where it says the word actual, I want you to put the number 8. So this is how we estimate. First, we guess and we color in the 2 answers we've been given for guessing. This case, we were given 10 and 5. Then I chose 10, and I'm not sure which one you chose. After that, that's when we counted exactly how many leaves. If you start by counting, then you're not estimating at all. So you need to first start by guessing and then counting. So I'm going to leave you to do the rest of them by yourself. Have fun with it because all you have to do first is guess and then you count. Don't forget to write how many you have under the word actual. When you're done with that one, you can continue your maths on page 24. On page 24, we are going to have so much fun with our seesaw. Now, if you look at our seesaw or balancing scale, we need to guess which one is heavier or lighter. Now, in this case, we're not exactly guessing. We have a way of finding out which one is heavier and which one is lighter. So I'm going to show you how you can tell which one is heavier and which one is lighter on the board. So let's take a look at the board. Now, on the board, I have shown you that there are 2 spaces, lighter and heavier. When something is heavy, boys and girls, it is difficult to pick up from the ground. For example, teacher's table. I cannot pick this up by myself. I need someone to help me. So it will be lower on the ground. So this part, if you see that it is closer to the ground or it is lower, that means it is heavier. But if something is up, as if it's going to go up in the sky, that means it's lighter because it's easy to pick up. For example, the jar of sweets is so light, I can pick it up. But if I were to compare the jar of sweets to teacher's table, you can see that I'm struggling to lift up my table. But the sweets, not a problem. So the sweets are lighter, which means that they will be higher. And then If something is heavier, that means it will be lower. So don't forget, lighter will be higher and heavier will be lower on the scale. Now let's try and do at least one together to see if we are correct. Let's take a look at our exercise. In our exercise, we're going to do the first one together. The sentence says, the apple is dash than the strawberry. So in this case, we are focusing on the apple. Can you see the green apple? Well done. Now we need to write, is it heavier or lighter than the strawberry? Remember what we said. Anything that is heavier is lower, as if it's going to touch the ground. But anything that is lighter is higher and a bit far away from the ground. So in this case, our apple is heavier than the strawberry because it is about to touch the ground. So I'd like you to please write the word heavier. It starts with an H. Heavier. Well done. Now I'm going to leave you to do the rest by yourselves. Just make sure you don't forget the rule. Remember, if you get lost, try to find the one that looks like it's about to touch the ground. Don't forget the word that is being used. You must take a look at the lemon, at the frog, and the can. Take your time with both exercises, boys and girls, and I will see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on My Zone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zoshi.
For our last activity today, boys and girls, let's turn to page 25. On page 25, we are going to be doing verbs. Now remember, a verb is a doing word. So we are going to have so much fun completing the sentences below from the word box above. Now before we do that, let's read the verbs or the words together. We have the word walk, fly, write, kitten, book, sang, say, stop, stood, eat, paper, blanket, water, mouse, pig. Well done. Now clearly some of those are not verbs, but we need to find the ones that are. So we're going to play a little game that is going to help us find out which ones are verbs and which ones aren't. So I'd like you to please stand up. Stand up everyone, and you are going to do it with me. So once you're standing up, I want you to please sing the song with me. Remember, a verb is a doing word. So when I say a verb is a doing word, I want you to click your fingers 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Very good. So we're going to say a verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. And then after that, I'm going to ask you, can you, with the word. If you can, I want you to do the action. But if you can't, I want you to stand and say, no, no, no. The ones that we say no to are the ones that are not verbs. So you are not going to use them. Are you ready? Okay, this is so much fun. I can't wait. So we're going to start by saying a verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you walk? Yes, walk, walk, walk. Can you fly? Yes, fly, fly, fly. A verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you write? Yes, write, write, write. Can you kitten? No, 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 no. A verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you book? No, 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 no. Can you sing? Yes, sing, sing, sing. A verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you speak? Yes, speak, speak, speak. Can you stop? Yes, stop, stop, stop. A verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you stand? Yes, stand, stand, stand. Can you eat? Yes, eat, eat, eat. A verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you paper? No, 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 no. Can you blanket? No, 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 no. A verb is a doing word. A verb is a doing word. Can you water? No, 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 no. Can you mouse? No, 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 no. Well done, everyone. So now that we are done with that one, you can now fill in your missing words. I'm not going to help you with this one. I think you'll be able to read them by yourselves. Remember, take your time, choose the ones that we said are verbs. And when you are done with that, try and read the sentence and do the action. Remember, if you can't do the action, it is not a verb. Take your time, and I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I really hope you had so much fun. I know I did. Remember, if you're not sure or you don't know what to do, it's okay to ask for help. Just make sure you end up finishing your work by yourself. So now that we are done with our lesson, boys and girls, let us sanitize. When we sanitize, we are showing the world that we care about our health. Sanitizing means that we're trying to stay far away from the germs. So, sanitize as regularly as possible. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Sashi was supposed to come and visit me, but I don't know where he is. Sashi? Sashi? I don't know where... Oh! There he is! Hello, Sashi. You want to go outside and play? Me too. But let's say goodbye to our friends first. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.
So bly en ek het vir Zoey en Zacky geniet.
Nee.
Oor wat hulle vir ons vertel het oor plaaslike
Besighede.
en koop en verkoop.
verkoop.
Hulle is so slim, hulle is altyd so slim en hulle hou daarvan om ons altyd iets nie te leer
Dit is so.
elke dag.
Dit is so, dit is so, dit is so. En ons het natuurlik ook ons lesie gehad al vir ons graad 2tjies, maar nou hoop ek julle is reg. Want dit is nou sulke tyd, graad 3's. Dis nou, kan ek 'n drumrol kry? Dit is nou week 12, lesie 3. Vir graad 3.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zacky Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zacky Online. Everyone, and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa, and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is occupations and autumn. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we are trying to stay safe. So sanitize as regularly as possible. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be talking about word search, multiplication, and shapes. For our first exercise now, let's turn to page 23. On page 23, we are going to be doing a word search. Now, this word search is all about autumn. We have beautiful words such as rake, squirrel, bonfire, orange, scarecrow, leaves, harvest, acorn, brown, apple, fall, yellow, red, and pear. Now it's our job to find all these words in our jungle full of words. So let us now try and find some together. Let's take a look at the board. So I have put some of the letters from the word search on the board. The first word we want to take a look at is the word brown. Now remember, you can start by looking either across or down. We know that the word brown starts with a B, so that is what we are going to be looking for. I'm going to start by going down. No. Yes, I have found a B. Now I need to find an R next to the B. There's no R here, there's no R here, but there's an R here. And I can see that there's an O as well, and a W and an N. So we have found our word brown. Now I would like you to please circle your word brown. Make sure that when you circle neatly, trying hard to make the line you're using very clear. And because you have found the word brown, you need to either tick or cross it out from the word box. Now, we are going to look for the word leaves. So when we started, we were looking down. But this time, I think I would like to look across. We are looking for the L. In this line, it doesn't look like there's any L. In this line, there's no L either. The next line, there is no L. The next line, there is no L either. In this line, I have found an L. Now the next word I need to find is an E, which is just next to it. And then I can see an A, a V, an E, and an S. So we have found our word leaves. Remember to circle neatly. Do not rush and take your time. And then make sure that it is clear when you are circling. Now, we're done with the word leaves. We need to cross it out. Then the last word we're going to look for together is the word harvest. So before we started going down and then we did a cross. So now we're going to try down again. Down, I can see an H right from the beginning. But unfortunately, there is no A near our H. So this is not the H. Let's keep going down. Here we have another H. And I can see that there is an A next to our H. And we have R, V, E, S, and T. So that means we have found our word harvest. Well done. Remember to circle nice and neat. Don't rush and take your time. So I want you to remember to always cross out a word you've already found so that you don't try and look for it again. And then also some words can go across. So if you find a word going across, it might be sharing one part of it with another word, and that's okay too. Just make sure that the spelling is correct. So take your time with this one, have fun, and the more you do it, the more you'll be learning about autumn. We will see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zacky.
For our exercise now, boys and girls, we're going to do 3 really good exercises on page 24. Page 24, we are going to be doing a lot of our multiplication. We can see that on page 24, we have the first one, which is the table. Our times table needs to be put in the table below. So you are going to fill in the multiples that are missing in the table. Let's try and do a few together. Now they've already given you some of the numbers, but I want you to know how to use it. So we're going to do the one right on top here. You are going to say 1 times 1 and then put your answer in the box like they have. And 1 times 1 equals 1. And then 1 times 2 equals 2. We know this. And then 1 times 3 equals 3. So far it's the same as it is in your book. The next one is 1 times 4, which is not in your book. So the answer here is 4. Let's write our answer. Then we have 1 times 5. So we are going to write 5. So anything that is 1 times is always its own number. And the last one, 1 times 10 equals 10. So we have done the first row together. Now we're going to do the second row together, which is 2 times 1. And 2 times 1 is in your booklets. It is 2. And then we have 2 times 2. To get this answer, we are counting in twos. So if we have 2 sets of 2, what is our answer? If we're counting in twos, we have our answer 4. Just like in your book. The next one is 2 times 3, and that one is 6, just like in your book. Then they don't give you anything for the rest. So we are starting at 2 times 4. And that's when you can either use your counters or continue counting in twos. Let's see if we count in twos. 2, 4, 6. That means the next one is 8. So we're going to put our 8. If we continue counting in twos for 2 times 5, our answer will be, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then we write 10. But if we are looking carefully, the next one says 2 times 10. No longer are we counting in twos. This time we need to make 2 sets. And in that set we put 10 each. And you will find your answer if you do that correctly. I'm going to leave that one for you and the rest of the times table. Now we're going to move on to number 2 of our exercise. Let's take a look. Number 2 of our exercise, we are continuing with the multiplication. This time we're doing the 3 times table and the 4 times table. Now I'm going to help you a little bit with the 3 times table. As you can see, we have the number going to the times table and then going back out of the ball again. So we are going to do the first 4 together. So let's take a look at the board. Here on the board, I also have the first, just like you. So we're going to do 3 times 3. Now for us to do that, we need our counters. And our counters, if you'd like, you can draw them, or you can have counters just like me. My counters are made up of simple bottle tops that you can collect around your house. So the bottle top is going to be 1. And if we check carefully, we need to put them in how many groups? 3. So it's 3 groups of 3. So I'm going to start by taking 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is my first group. Then 1, 2, 3. This is my second group. 1, 2, 3. This is my third group. So I have made 3 groups of 3, which is the same as saying 3 times 3. So in order for me to get my answer, I need to count all my counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means my answer for 3 times 3 will equal 9. There we go. So the next one now says 5 times 3. So we have 5 sets of 3. So we put our counters back, and this time we need to make 5 sets of 3, which means each set will have 3, and we need 5 of them. So we're starting 1, 2, 3. Another set, 1, 2, 3. Another set, 1, 2, 3. Another set, 1, 2, 3. And the last set now, 1, 2, 3. So I have made 5 sets of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I need to count all of my counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So our answer is 15. So 5 times 3 equals 15. For the rest of them, you are actually going to make 8 sets of 3 and then 6 sets of 3. And you will write your answers on the other side. Remember, if you don't have counters, you can still draw them in your book. Just make sure that when you do count, you count carefully. Now we can move on to the third activity for our exercise. Our exercise now is asking us to break the numbers into equal groups. So instead of giving us the times table, this time they've given us the total, and we need to break them down into equal groups, which means we are going to share. Now sharing is very easy, boys and girls. This is why we are going to be doing the first one. The first shell says 15. So I have 15 here, which means the first thing I need is 15 counters. I have 15 counters with me, and we want to share them equally in groups of 3. So my counters are here, and we are going to start. Let me make more space so you can see. We have the first group, 1, 2, 3. So we are going to share them now equally until our 15 is over. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. So now we are on 2 for all the groups. 3 for you, 3 for you, 3 for you. 4 for you, 4 for you, and 4 for you. 5 for you, 5 for you, and 5 for you. It seems like each group has 5, but just to be sure, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one also has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means in each of the 3 shells, I am going to put 5. So 5 is in one, 5 is in the other, and 5 is also in the last one. Now I have completed my shell and I can go and move on to the next. So for this one, you need the first big number, the one that is on the shell, and then you are going to share them equally in 3 groups. Take your time with all the exercises. I know it sounds like a lot, but it needs you to focus. And if you're not sure, it's okay, you can ask an adult to help you with the instructions. Just make sure that you end up doing your work by yourself. I will see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our exercise now, boys and girls, let's all turn to page 25. On page 25, we are going to be doing shapes. Now these shapes, you are going to answer question 1 2, and 3 about the shapes. So before we start answering, we need to remind each other about the shapes, their names, and their properties as well. So let's take a look at the flashcards. So the first shape that I have is a circle. 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 Now a circle only has one face going right round. It has no corners and it has no lines. The next one is a square. 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 Now a square has not just lines but 4 equal sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 right angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a square. No matter which way you turn it, a square does not change its shape at all. Let's go to the next one. Triangle. 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 Now a triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. It has no curved edges and it has 3 angles. 1, 2, 3. But these are not right angles. Let's go to the next one. We have a rectangle. 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 Now a rectangle has 2 equal sides. 1, 1. These sides are equal. And then it has 2 other equal sides. 1, 2. So it has 2 short equal sides and 2 long equal sides. A rectangle has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 right angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. A rectangle can either stand or lie down. The next one that we have is an oval. Now an oval is a shape that has a round surface. It is not even because one side is wider than the other. An oval can either lie down the way it is or stand up straight. An oval has no straight lines and no angles. Then the last one that we have is a pentagon. Now a pentagon is a shape that has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has a tip just like a triangle and it has 5 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A pentagon has no round edges. So now that I've told you about the different shapes and what they look like and their properties as well as their names, let us now turn to our exercise. For number 1, you are going to be very busy trying to name each shape. Please try and spell each word correctly for the name of the shape. For number 2, you are going to match the 2 drawings with the same shape but different sizes. For example, I can give you a clue. C and I are the same shape. So you can draw a line from C to I. And then number 3 is saying, use the drawing to answer questions. Count and record the number of. So you need to count the number of rectangles and squares and ovals. The right angles you can see and the pentagons you can see in the picture below. Take your time with all of these, boys and girls. Try very hard to spell them correctly, and if you're not sure, count the sides, count the corners, count the right angles, and try hard to make everything be filled in. I know it's tempting to leave some out, but try and match them very completely, as well as to fill in any missing information. I will see you soon after our advert break.
Follow us on My Zone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zoshi.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you had so much fun. I know I did. Remember, if you are not sure or you don't know what to do, it's okay to ask an adult for help. Just make sure that you end up doing your work by yourself. Now that we are done, we need to sanitize. We can also use our sanitizer every time when we are done touching something that we know someone else will touch. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder though, Zacky said he was coming to visit me. Zacky, where are you? Oh, there he is. Hello, Zacky. Oh, where are you going? So, from Zacky and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.
Wauw, ik had die aanlingles geniet. Marisel, dat was die beste ooit. Maar nou is het tijd om goodbye te sê. Ag, maatjie, het is weer eens tyd. Ag Marisel, ek gaan nou vir Marisel troos. Maar nee Marisel, stop dit. Ons kom weer môre terug. Zoey en Zacky gaan weer môre terug.
Hoeveel slappies is dit?
Net een slap.
Net een, hè?
Jy voel een slap en net paar uur slap.
Is het net?
Ja, yes. Kom. So ons gaan môre terugkom met opgewonde goed. Ons gaan baie goed weer môre leer. So vir nou gaan ek met Marisel troos en ek gaan Marisel. Ja. Maatjies, sien julle weer eens. Totsiens. Bye.